I think music is a currency. It's like a language we speak. It's a currency, the things we trade. It's a soundtrack. It's like, it inspires people. That's important. That's an important part of the world. And so when we say we're a band, we don't feel like we need to qualify that we're a band. If I was a baker, I would bake bread for people who are hungry. And if I was a carpenter, I would build houses for people who needed houses. As a musician, I can play music to support people who do that kind of work. Or I can do stuff like, I'm inspired by music, so I hope that somewhere along the line, people are inspired by mine. Washington is so uninterested in its culture, its own culture. When I refer to Washington there, I'm talking about white Washington. The media is controlled by white Washington, and I think they kind of ignore all the cultures here. I mean, the punk scene here is really strong. It's been around forever. There's this really vibrant underground community going on. I think of a lot of our interest in sort of maintaining it, is we feel like it really helped us out a lot, and we want to return the favor. That underground, the access to performance, the access to expression, and also to be exposed to so many different ideas and so many different ways of living. That was a really important part of punk rock for us. I mean, when I say punk rock, of course, it has no bearing for most of the people who hear that, because everybody has their own definition, and it's probably not the same as mine. We didn't set out to be successful. That wasn't really our plan. We just set out to play. I mean, in other words, successful being very popular. I was about to say that, in fact, the first time we practiced, we were successful. The first time we played a show, we were successful as far as we were concerned. The first song we wrote, the first record we released, that was success. We feel like we're just trying to meet the challenge presented to us by the number of people who want to see us. As it comes, we feel like we're not going to like give in to the normal sort of routing, which is once it gets crazy big, give it to somebody else to deal with. I think we've always wondered, why do people always just, like, as soon as they get big, why do they just give it to somebody else to deal with? Why not hold on to it? Why not carry it out, follow through? Hey, don't fucking kick people and don't punch people. I'm talking to you right there, alright? I'm talking to you and you. You wanna fucking do that shit? Get the fuck up on the football field, alright? I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah, that's right.
You know, I saw you two guys earlier at the Good Humor truck, and you were eating your ice cream like little boys, and I thought, those guys aren't so tough. They're eating ice cream. What a bunch of swell guys. I saw you eating ice cream, pal. Oh, don't you deny it. You're eating an ice cream cone. You're eating an ice cream cone. Oh, you're bad now. You're bad now, but you're eating an ice cream cone. And I saw you. That's the shit you can't hide, you know? You got your fucking shit, but you eat ice cream. Everybody knows it. The whole fucking place knows it. Ice cream eating motherfucker. That's what you are. I never thought too hard and tired before.
tend not to talk to music publications that much. Music publications reflect what oftentimes the publicists want them to reflect. We tend not to do that because I don't really want people to feel like that we're just part of that machine. It's cool if it's done well, but just because independent doesn't mean it's going to be done well. There's plenty of cheesy ass motherfuckers in the independent world. They exist everywhere. And everyone professes to understand us or know where we're coming from, but what they really know is where they think we're coming from, which is okay. That's like when I talk to you, I'm basically handing you over my image and you say, okay, well, portray it however you want, you know. I can't control that because you have the editing power, but I'm comfortable with that because I actually don't really care when it comes to people who are individuals trying to express themselves, like going through like fans and stuff like that. I don't consider myself an entertainer, although I'm sure people are entertained by me. That's never my intention. Secondly, I don't think the numbers of people we reach necessarily has anything to do with anything. And I don't think punk rock being popular is necessarily such a great thing either. In fact, I'm not sure if it's possible. I think that after a certain point, punk rock reaches a level where immediately, if it gets too big, some kid somewhere, these kids are going to say, these boys and girls, they're going to say, fuck that. We're going to start over. We're going to do something on our own. We don't want to be a part of that. Which is, in a way, the only silver lining of all these bands that are signed to all these major labels. This feeding frenzy that's going on. It's kind of great because it's just lifted up this whole level of all these bands has like sort of been signed and created this huge space for people to say, let's build something new, which I think is awesome. It's really good. I hope they do. I hope that people will always say fuck you, because it's a really important thing to say. My interest is to sort of carry out the mission. Because people have been telling us every year, well, you won't be able to pull it off next year. And it drives us crazy. We're like, why do people have such fatalist attitudes about these things? This is very easy to do. And if you just do it, then it shows people it can be done. If you can show people it can be done, then that frees them up to think about their own lives, what they can do. And whether it was a theatrical production or a musical production of some sort, or if it was a film, or it was a political action, that's an important lesson to know, that if you want to do something, try, do it, follow through with it. And I think in a way, what we're doing is a political action, but that's just because we have a different, our decisions are based on what we think is right, and not on what we think is the most profitable. So from my point of view, I already have seen punk sort of infiltrate other areas of expression. I would hope to see it again, but unfortunately, I guess you're right. I guess that music is really the last kind of bastion in a lot of ways for young people to express themselves. I feel like kids should have a voice. Kids should be able to say stuff. Kids should be able to play music they want to hear, and it shouldn't be dictated by the record companies or the advertisers.